This is going to be the biggest series I'm ever going to do. Probably ever. I have decided this. I'm going through the entirety of JToH Whitelist and rating everything. I'm not joking. This is not a joke. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing for this episode, for this entire series. Yeah. So, how are we gonna start off? I feel like I'm gonna start doing easy. This is how the episodes are going to go. First episode, easy and medium. There's not enough easy towers, so just include mediums as well. Second episode, hard. Just hard towers. I might add in difficult towers. You'll see when that episode comes out. Episode 3 would be difficult. Episode 4, challenging. Episode 5, intense. Episode 6, remorseless. Episode 7, insane. And then the last episode will be extreme. Why am I not doing terrifying Toccata? Well, to be entirely honest, I don't have a place to speak. I'll just say, me, as a person who hasn't really beaten a tower that's like close enough to terrifying difficulty, I do not feel like I have a place to say anything. Though I can say something for extreme, since I feel like that's the skill level I'm currently at. Even though I haven't beaten an extreme tower, I feel like if I really wanted to, I might be able to. Anyway, I'm not going to be rambling. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm not going to, I'm trying to be helpful, but at the same time, I'm going to be quick. So, anyway, let's start. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, there will be no towers that got in JToH as temporary towers. I will not be playing those because I presume there's going to be more time loss areas, and those are going to be added in a permanent area in-game, which, sure, it's not an actual area, but at the same time it is, so just go with it. Anyway, that's really it. And yeah, no in-game towers. No towers that are confirmed. That's all. Let's get into it. Tower of Joyous Prospects is a tower made by Nephew Tran I'm not reading the numbers, which is really similar to Tower of Zero Disturbances and Light Hues, the monthly. Honestly, overall, this tower is pretty good. Having a lot of variety, and it being just pretty cool. I do feel like it kind of overstates its welcome, but it's really nice. I like it. Now, do I want this in game? No, not really. I don't feel like this is as good as Light Hues, so I don't think it should have a spot in game. It's still really good though. So, do I want this as a monthly? Yes. This tower is really good, and just really fun, honestly. I do feel like this would be an awesome addition in Ring 2. I do feel like Ring 2 is the best place to place this tower. Though, any other area would be fine. Okay, we're starting this series, with a tower named Tower of Minor Irritation by Ariel Minus, which I will say, this is a good example of the Zone 4 era. This is a good example. I would say it's pretty good, but honestly, it's really boring. There isn't much going on, and it's pretty uninteresting. It's hard to remember anything good about this tower after completing it, since nothing really interesting happened. It's a good tower, but it's really dated, and you will most likely forget it once you complete it, like how I did. Now, do I want this tower in-game? No. This tower is old, it didn't really age well, and it probably has no chance of getting in-game at all. Now, do I want this as a monthly? Maybe. It is pretty good, and I do feel like it would be a nice addition to, temporarily add to Zone 4. However, I do feel like it's a little bit too old and, a little bit dated. But I do feel like if there's going to be another time loss area, this tower should be added as a monthly so it could get in that another time loss area, because this would be good. This would be good. I would like that. That's really all. Next tower. Steeple of Espalier is a steeple made by Mr. Legendary, which was the 14th place steeple in the Garden of Eshel contest. Yeah, the steeple that almost got in game. This steeple was really nice, and I pleasantly enjoyed it. I do feel like the steeple got cheated, since it is much better than Steeple of Overgrowth, but one can argue Steeple's Overgrowth is much more creative than this, and that's why I got in game, and I'd say fair, but this was far more enjoyable, and enjoyability over creativity any day. Sorry, Gamma. Anyway, do I wish this could have gotten in game? Yes. I do feel like this is much better than Steeple of Overgrowth, and for that reason I want this in game. Sorry for that attack on Gamma. I didn't really mean that. I just want to clarify. Sorry. Anyway, do I want this as a monthly? Yeah. It's a short, sweet experience, and it was rather pleasant. I do wish to have more experiences like this with other towers. Anyway, that's all. Next steeple. Steeple of Misty Woodlands is a steeple made by Quaintus and Jeffron, which was the 30th place steeple in the Garden of Eshel contest. This steeple was really good and was really short. Despite failing a lot on this steeple, I wasn't really demotivated by any of the fails that I had, which is kind of rare for me, honestly. I honestly really like the atmosphere, and I really just like the steeple. Do I wish this couldn't got in a game? Yes. This steeple felt much better than Steeple of Overgrowth and Infectious Foliage. And do I want this as a monthly? Yes, this steeple was really good and pretty pleasant. I do feel like I would like to see this in game. Overall, the steeple is really good, and it's kind of a shame that it placed as low as it did. Though, I don't really know what else in the contest so far. I've only seen Steeple of Espalier and this, so can't wait to see the rest. Steeple of Pleasant Enjoyment is a steeple made by Paramox, which is surprisingly the only steeple in JToH Whitelist. This steeple is nice. I somewhat enjoy it, but it is just not good. This steeple is pretty flawed and overall boring. I don't have much to say, and I don't want to hate the steeple that much, but it's just dated. Do I want this steeple in game? No. This steeple is very dated, and its chances to get in game are really low, since it's not really good. Do I want this as a monthly? No. I'd rather not want this in game due to the fact it's pretty dated, and people have already blazed Paramox to hell, which, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that, you good dude. Anyway, yeah. That's really all I have to say about this steeple. Nothing really interesting. Well, moving on. Okay, ending off this episode, we got an absolute banger, which is Steeple of Vivid Island Venturing, which is a steeple made by Maple Half Leaf that got set 26th place in the Paradise Atoll contest. This steeple was so good, dude. It was really, really good. I heavily enjoyed it, and also the theming, the creativity. This just felt like a repopularized, like one of the story contest submissions called a Revitals Apocalypse, but this is so much better. This is so good. You did an amazing job on this, Steeple, and this should have gone in the game. This definitely should have gone in the game. Anyway, do I wish the Steeple could have gone in the game? Obviously, yes. The Steeple is really good and should have been one of the beginner Steeples, since it's just really good. And do I want this as a monthly? Hell yeah. This Steeple is hella creative and definitely deserves a spot in game. Even if it's temporary, the Steeple is awesome, dude. Good job, and thank you for allowing me to end off this episode with an absolute banger. I'm just gonna end this now, and here's my overall ratings of this Steeple. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.